Hey folks, Jax here again, and today we're doing Outbreak. See what upgrades we get. I did not see that. See, I'm using Power Director, which is a great editing app, except the preview pane chugs quite a bit for longer videos. So I sometimes miss what's happening. I didn't see what upgrade I got. In any case, start macroing up like normal. This is a pretty much static defense mission. Super easy. You start with 2 choke points, and 1 or 2 nights in you get to the 3rd choke point. But they're all easy. You just need to make 3 control groups of fairly evenly spread guys. You want to get a lot of fire bats for this mission and a lot of Hellions. They both have AoE flame attacks, and the Hellions are particularly fast, which is good for destroying the infested structures. But anyway, this is a long mission. I possibly could have done it quicker, but you know me by now. I'm the better safe than sorry guy, so I build up my forces. Although at the end of the mission I do try and rush and fail, but thankfully there's an autosave load in which I reload and then re-rush and don't fail, but you'll see that in a few minutes. But in any case, we've got our 2 choke points, we're rallying forces there, we're suiting it up. I think for the first day I focused primarily on just getting things under control. The days don't get significantly harder as it goes on. You can take your time, at least with the first day, and make sure everything's hunky-dory at home. But I'm walling it off. I've got 2 bunkers at each and a supply depot. I'll also note that at the 3rd choke point, which is on the west with destructible debris, you should destroy it beforehand when you're ready for it, just so you're not caught unaware. But with that one, I didn't position the bunkers and supply depots as well as I could have. If I was doing the mission again, I'd make it so both bunkers were the same distance for the enemy to reach. Basically, they were all hitting the front bunker, and it went down so many times, and it was the only bunker I had huge issues with. But in any case, we're building up our forces, rallying to the different points, trying to keep them all even. Bunkers and the firebats and the forces are doing a pretty decent job, and I think tomorrow we'll push out. I actually have 2 refineries this time. I like that. Refineries are nice. Gas is nice. They should give me 2 refineries in every mission. I'm pretty sure I start pushing out. I should start pushing out. See, I've destroyed the destructible debris, so I can start putting my defense there. You'll also see that I've made it so that one bunker is clearly in front of the other one, which is the problem I was talking about. But yep, I'm pushing out. Hellions are great for this bit. I do overall prefer bio in the campaign just because medics can heal bio for free, whereas SCVs need to repair mech for money. But having said that, at least in this mission and a few other ones, mechs very useful. Siege tanks are always useful. I always go siege tanks, but in this mission, it's only the speed I'm getting the Hellions for, not like their attack or anything. But yep, about halfway through the mission, give or take. This is on 4 times speed, if it wasn't obvious, so it's actually taken 4 times as long as this. It is a really easy mission, it's just one that if you're doing a better safe than sorry approach, it does take a while. It's not like the Outlaws, where if you're doing a better safe than sorry approach, it takes 15 game minutes. This takes about 40 game minutes, or a bit less, if you're doing better safe than sorry. Also, I'd recommend, having done this mission a few times now, I'd recommend that when you go to move a control group, double tapping the control button, like I've made them 1, 2, and 3 for the 3 different points, double tapping it to make sure you've got the one you're intending to select selected. A lot of times I was like pressing 1, thinking that it was maybe the top group or something, and it was actually the right group. So I was getting everyone really out of position. So I'd definitely recommend actually looking at the group before you move it. But yep, static defense easy. Static defense mission, very easy. Wonder how ridiculously easy this would have been with siege tanks, but of course this mission is one that you should probably do before siege tanks, so you can get the siege tanks quicker. I'm not sure how the mission unlocking works. I believe the dig, which is where you get siege tanks from, is unlocked by doing X amount of missions. Yep, we're strolling out, we're destroying stuff. Yep. I also got an armory and an engineering bay for all the upgrades. Given that they're just level 1 upgrades, it doesn't hurt to get all of them. When you get to harder missions, if you're going heavily mech or bow, you might just focus on one if you've got the level 2 and 3 upgrades, but for now you can get all 4 pretty easily. That is, if you go any mech. If you don't build any mech, then might not be worth it. One mission that springs to mind is Welcome to the Jungle, where you get Goliaths, but a bio ball works pretty well for that mission, so there's no point in getting the mech upgrades just for the 2 Goliaths you start with. But yep, that bunker went down again. It's not that the SCV can't repair it, it's just it gets so much focus fire and the guys at the back can't attack very well. Meh. Didn't realise it'd be such a problem when I built it, but it is a problem. I even lost both bunkers that time, that's interesting. Now, given the time that's elapsed, this could be the day where I did the blunder, and looking at the mini-map it's very possible, but I guess we'll find out shortly. Basically what happened is, it was just about night time and I had about 4 buildings left, which seemed to be in close proximity. And I thought, oh, I'll just pull all my forces there and destroy those buildings and finish the mission. I mean, it doesn't matter if I've got no defense if the mission's over. But I didn't know precisely where the buildings were, and I got completely overrun because there's heaps of spawns that have high life and brutal. And yeah, this is it. I thought it might have been the creep tumor, so I destroyed the creep tumor, and I was thinking yes, but then I saw the spore crawler, so I was like, no. But yeah, screwed up big time, and there was no way I was going to defend after that. Tried to get those last Hellions to finish the job, but way too many guys. So I reloaded one of the autosaves, and I did that day again, and this time I do it right. I actually destroy those buildings just as it's hitting night. Of course, the better safe than sorry approach would be to pull home, defend, then go out, but really... especially with like the save system. If you're close, you can just reload until you get it. And yep, that's pretty much how to do this mission. Easy peasy. I'll catch you guys for the next mission.